The Tom Kelly Show.
Here we go, podcasting from the back of a loaner car on Sunrise Highway, heading west into golden hour sun. You are experiencing the Tom Kelly Show. This is going to be a awesome best of podcast where we're going to do just easy topics while we're driving.
While we're blinded by the sun.
Blinded by the light. I was thinking of doing, like, you know how Oprah does My Favorite Things? What if we did Long Island's favorite things?
Sure.
Okay? You know, just an easy evergreen show. Easy. By the way, I'll give you an easy one. Best Jeep dealership. Westbury Jeep. I want you to go to my friend Dom. Dom takes care of me. He makes sure he doesn't give you the answers you want, but he gives you honest answers in a very sensitive tone. And he is a Brooklyn guy living on Long Island, which is really my favorite type of Long Islander. So Dom at Westbury Jeep, he is my best service center guy. Do you have a best service center guy?
Is this a Jeep commercial now?
It is for, if we move quickly, it is. Hey, Dom, if you take 10% off my next bill, you owe me one now. What's your favorite dealership on Long Island?
I don't have one.
This is going to be this is going to be the worst show ever.
Dealers. It's a car dealer.
Okay.
Go when you get your car.
Okay, next one. All right. Best place to eat on Long Island. Favorite place to eat. Go. Steve Burger.
Oh, see, now you put me on the spot.
This is going to be an episode of me putting you on the spot.
It used to be Il Pozo in Lynbrook, but they went out of business.
Oh, well, were you eating
and
there a lot?
And now it's a McGorey's. What's that place?
What is it? Is McGorey's? Johnny McGorey's?
Johnny McGorey's.
Okay,
yeah.
Now Johnny McGorey's would be my favorite Massapequa bar in which to make bad decisions.
Yeah, no,
Nothing good ever happens at Johnny McGorey's.
Il Pozo was the best. It was the toppest place, but there was never anybody in there.
You know what I love? You're telling me that it went from a tapas place to Johnny McGorey's?
Yes.
Okay, so it went from like the high point of culture in Lynbrook.
Yes, a wine bar tapas place.
Okay, it went from the high point of culture in Lynbrook to being the high point of Massapequa debauchery.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Shows what's happening until Lynbrook and Long Island.
You know what's funny?
It's going from Il Pozo to Johnny McGorey.
So I have
It's a good allegory.
I have a number of friends who have gotten arrested in Massapequa. And most of those stories were preceded with, I was at Johnny McGorey's before the trouble happened. The trouble never happens at McGorey's. The trouble happens after you leave McGorey's. And I like McGorey's is a weird, I love it. McGorey's always makes me feel like I'm either too old to be there or too young to be there, but I'm never just right. Favorite place to go drinking then? Steve Burger, go.
I can't drink anymore. I had pancreatitis, can't drink. So I don't have a favorite place to drink.
This is why I'm not skewing younger in the algorithm, right here. Okay, where did you used to go drinking? Where's your favorite place to watch your wife drink?
Dark Horse.
Dark Horse is another massive. By the way, it's so weird.
No, but the Dark Horse in Rockville Center.
Okay, but it's so weird. This is a thing that I think is happening now is McGorey's is branching out. Dark Horse, another great Massapequa bar, branching out. I don't it seems to be that every town is about to have instead of having every mall having the same chain restaurants, every Long Island town is now about to have the same bars. You know what I'm saying? Owned by the same dudes.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with it if it's Dark Horse and Johnny McGorey's.
Croxley's is another good place.
Croxley's. And that's another chain bar. They're in Farmingdale.
But, there used to be one in Manhattan. That one closed, though.
Was there?
Yeah.
I never knew. Where in Manhattan was it?
I don't remember. Somewhere in the 30s, I think.
Okay. Long Island favorite things.
Somebody from my high school was their original owners. Creators of
Yeah, they had... You know what I like about Croxley's was, I think Croxley's was one of the first bars that I remember that had lots of taps.
Yes, I agree.
They had lots of taps before it was cool.
Yes.
They were into craft beer before it was cool.
Without a doubt.
And now everybody's biting their style.
Yep.
And if you weren't at Croxley's, it was, do you want a Heineken or a Bud Light?
But they have the best wings.
They do.
Best wings on Long Island.
They do have great wings. I don't know if I can honestly, ethically compare wings, but they were my favorite. All right, next one. Best wings on Long Island.
Croxley's.
There you go.
It used to be the Franklin Cafe. We'd go there every Monday, 5-cent wings.
Okay.
And we would go with 20 people, get the whole table in the back, and we'd order 800 wings.
Okay, I like this. This is favorite Long Island things, past and
with
present.
the greatest wings. Franklin Cafe. Too bad they're out of business.
Favorite mall. Go.
Roosevelt Field. I worked there. I was a mall rat there.
Okay, mine
I
was...
worked in KB Toys at Christmas time.
Okay, mine was the abandoned Sunrise Mall because it was close to home, and that's where I hung out. Now I'm going to argue I want it to be Roosevelt Field. I want it to be Green Acres, but it is Walt Whitman. Because
Walt Whitman?
I like Walt Whitman.
Why?
Because, you know what? It has the nice stores, but not too many of them. I'm not overwhelmed by choices. Also, less shenanigans going on at Walt Whitman.
We did a video at Smith Haven, and that was a really nice mall.
Ooh!
I like Smith Haven Mall. That was my first time there.
Okay, you know what? I just changed, except that it's too far away from me.
Yes.
Okay, my favorite malls now are Smith Haven, then Walt Whitman, then Roosevelt Field, then Green Acres, but I want it to be Sunrise Mall. I'm going to be that guy. Like, you know what's funny? Like, my family growing up in Brooklyn, they always had, I remember when Ebbets Field was on Bedford Avenue. And I'm going to be like, I remember when that Amazon distribution center on Sunrise Highway was the Sunrise Mall. It's just not as classy, not as cultured. Like, I feel like the fragments of my youth are not nearly as good as the fragments of my grandparents' youths. Is that fair?
Agreed.
Okay. Next favorite Long Island thing. Favorite town that's not your town. Go.
I like Rockville Center.
You just said it with a sigh. Try again.
I don't know. Huntington's really nice. Huntington's got probably the best downtown. We went to Northport. That was pretty nice.
I love Northport.
Northport was nice.
Okay.
It's too far, though.
It's too far. So it's funny. And my favorite town that's not my town was going to be Long Beach, Long Island. But by the time I get there, I'm over it. Like right now, I would love to see the ocean. I would love to have a bar that I could walk to where everybody knows my name. But I also know if I have to go see my parents, it's 40 minutes. If I have to go to a show in the city, it's an hour. So my favorite town on Long Island that's not my hometown is New York City.
And if you move to Long Beach, you become an alcoholic.
Yes. But now the rumor on Long Beach is that you can move to Long Beach and you become an Alcoholics Anonymous member and then become like a fit guy.
Okay.
Yeah, like now I think there's a lot of AA people moving to Long Beach, not for the bars, but just to go running on the boardwalk so they can forget the urge to drink.
Well, because now after Sandy, they built up all the houses, so they're $2 million houses, so the alcoholics can't afford to live there anymore.
You know what's funny? I'm going to say other favorite Long Island town is Riverhead.
Why?
Okay,
For the cheap prostitutes the guy in 7-Eleven told us about?
Okay, the 7-Eleven guy told us about the prostitutes, but I loved that downtown. It was ethnic. You know, it's very Mexican and Jamaican. I feel like it was well kept, and I feel like it has the potential to be somewhere special, except that I think that the area is seasonal and that there is too much poverty built into the area. But I think that's a great place for the real estate people to gentrify, and then I could be the pale face of gentrification. You know, like I'll be the guy that says, wow, Riverhead was great until Tom Kelly turned that Mexican restaurant into a Johnny McGorey's. That's what's going to happen. Callback. There you go. We're pounding things out. Here we go. Quick. Favorite Long Island chain restaurant. Go.
Ooh, that's tough.
Past or present, and I will accept past. Okay?
Chain restaurant.
I will start.
Applebee's? I don't know.
Okay, well, did you go to chain restaurants?
No, Chili's.
Because you like your baby back, baby
are
back,
there
baby
still
back,
Chili's,
baby
or are
back.
they out of business?
There's still a few Chili's around.
Yeah, Chili's was. I went once or twice, and it was like, I'm like, oh, this is not bad for a chain restaurant.
Okay, so my favorite Long Island chain restaurant was the TGI Fridays in Massapequa. I hate to say this, but it was like the place to be on Thursday night for some reason. There was a waitress there who wound up playing, hit the ignore button. She doesn't, there goes. Sorry, Joel Zuddy, you interrupted a great podcast bit there. All right, so my favorite Long Island chain restaurant, past or present, was the TGI Fridays in Massapequa in the early 2000s. It was the place to be on Thursdays. There was a bartender there who wound up playing the wife on Cobra Kai. Do you know who I'm talking about? Did you watch Cobra Kai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Ralph
Johnny LaRusso's wife?
No, Ralph
Macchio's
Macchio's wife.
Yeah,
Ralph Macchio's wife.
LaRusso, I'm mixed
Yeah,
up.
wait, no, you had LaRusso. Danny LaRusso.
Danny LaRusso.
Danny LaRusso's wife is played by a woman, Courtney Hengler, and God bless her. I remember thinking she was hot back then.
Wow.
She made a great mudslide. And it was the place to be on Thursdays. And I once hooked up in the parking lot of that TGI Fridays in my
With
1991 Volvo. Not with her, no.
Oh, that would have been a good story.
I don't think she even made eye contact. And I got her to repost an Instagram reel when that TGI Fridays went out of business, but that's about it. And then,
but if you're saying past or present, I think I'd have to go with Rustler.
What's Rustler?
It was like Sizzler, but it was over in Elmont by the TSS shopping center.
There it is, Martha. There's a Rustler Steakhouse.
You probably don't have to go this far to find a Rustler Steakhouse with a big choice of sizzling steaks, all cooked to order, all at family prices. Served with baked potato, a warm toasted roll, and with crispy salad you make yourself. Rustler Steakhouse, just about the smartest stop along any dinner trail.
And like we were poor, so like that was the big night out. Like we got to go to the Rustler.
Okay, was that poor man's Sizzler?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was probably equivalent to Sizzler.
Was there more than one, or was it was it an abandoned Sizzler?
I don't know.
Was it like a Sizzler that went out of business?
No, I think it was a chain, just not as big as Sizzler.
So it's funny that
But it was exactly the same as Sizzler.
So it's funny that you say Sizzler. Like in Massapequa by the mall, we had the Sizzler near the abortion clinic. And if that doesn't say your neighborhood's classy, I don't know what is. Mom, I'm taking Grandpa to the Sizzler near the Planned Parenthood. That's going to alienate the women. But it was just kind of like, it was like the White Castle, the Planned Parenthood, and a Sizzler that my grandfather loved. He did. My other favorite chain restaurant, past or present, is the Applebee's on US 19 in Florida. I used to go there with my friends from Weeki Wachee Springs to Mermaid Park. Long story, but they would have a DJ there. And I've never seen a chain restaurant with a DJ or karaoke night. And they had the same cheap chain restaurant drinks, but people would be dancing. And then I used to call it Club Bees. All right, here we go. I'm liking this. So this is just, again, for those of you just tuning in, and nobody just tunes into a podcast.
Tunes into a podcast?
If-
Flipping around your podcast,
Okay.
show up 13 minutes into a podcast.
Okay, if you're just turning the volume up after this has been playing unintentionally, we're doing favorite Long Island things. Okay, so we've done chain restaurant. Favorite club of the 90s or 2000s. You have
Yucatán liquor stand.
What
It
the-
was Uncle Sam's or Spit, whichever one you wanted, on Thursday nights. And had the hottest bartender, this bartender called Bobby, named Bobby. She was
Okay.
the hottest ever. And of course, everyone hits on the bartender, or you don't hit on the bartender because you don't have a chance. But I was going to Farmingdale at the time, and one day during lunch, I see her in the cafeteria.
Okay.
So and we were friendly with her from the club, but now I'm like, ooh, now like I'm not just the guy in the club. I'm the guy who goes to school with her. And I had a girlfriend at the time that we were kind of on and off, and I just never ran into her when we were off. So I never tried to pick her up, but I was like, oh, I'm in. Like, she was friendly, and we sat and had lunch a few times, but never asked her out. But she was the hottest.
Okay. I liked Mirage in the mid 2000s.
And also one more thing
Well,
about Yucatán liquor stand. My friend
By the way-
Kevin, who was dancer, got picked up to be on Club MTV.
Wait, he danced at Yucatan's liquor
No,
stand?
we just, there was a nightclub, so he was dancing, and one of the people from Club MTV, which I could have been on from the start, that's a whole different story.
Wait, you could have been on Club MTV?
Yes, one of my coworkers at the supermarket was on the pilot, And the producer said if the show gets picked up, you could be on it as much as you want and bring any of your friends. So he asked me to go down, but as anybody who knows me knows, I can't dance, so I was never on Club MTV. But my friend Kevin was.
So to be clear, you never could have been on Club MTV, but you knew people who could have taken you there.
Yes.
Okay. This is getting so nostalgic. Okay, my nostalgia, was Mirage a thing, or were you done with clubbing by the time Mirage came up?
Mirage was where?
Mirage was across from Eisenhower Park. It was on Merrick Avenue, and when I was probably in my prime drinking stage.
I feel like Sprats on the Land was.
It's right where Sprats was.
Okay.
It's in that area. Okay, first, great drinking store. Okay, first, as we level this out. Okay, first, one of my first nights ever clubbing was at Sprats on Merrick Avenue.
Oh, on the Land.
Yeah, what was it? There were two?
Yeah, there's Sprats on the Water in Oceanside.
And they called it Sprats on the Water and Sprats on the Land?
Yeah, they were both just Sprats, but Sprats on the Water, everyone called Sprats on the Water, Sprats on the Water. Regular Sprats was on the Land.
Okay, I just went to Sprats on the Land, and maybe you can correct some of my memories, because I was really drunk there twice. I remember first going there with my friend Jim, Mike, Andrew, and Jeff, and it was one of my first times ever clubbing, and this hot girl comes up to sell little test tubes of shots. You remember the test tubes of shots?
I'll tell you a shot girl story.
Okay.
After this.
Well, of course, you're going to one-up me. You're a friggin' one-upper. And she basically said, hey, it's like $10 for the test tube shot, but it's $20 if you want the free T-shirt. And
I remember that, yes.
Okay, and we paid $20 for the free T-shirt, and she said it, free T-shirt, and it wasn't until we were out in the parking lot and like, we did like the replay, and like, did she say it was $20 for the free T-shirt? And we knew we were distracted by the boobs.
Yeah.
That was
so
Sprats.
we were out in the Hamptons, days of Shot Girls, and the Shot Girl comes up to us, and she wasn't the most attractive girl. And my friend Bert, who is known to get a little drunk from time to time.
So much so there's a bar tour named after him.
Yes, exactly. And so she came up and she said, do you want shots? And he looks her up and down and he goes, no, you're fat. Why would I want a shot from you? And got kicked out, of course.
Wow, Bert. God damn it, Bert. Wow, that is Bert, that is the meanest thing ever. Wow, Bert. Glad you're going bald, Bert. Is Bert going bald?
Nope.
Fuck. You deserve to go bald, Bert. That is the meanest.
And it's if I think a little harder, it's probably not even the meanest thing he's done.
Okay. I you know, because you're telling me Bert's off limits on certain things, I'm stopping. Okay. My next clubby club story. Oh, we could just do 20 minutes on club stories.
Oh yeah, we could. Or 3 hours on drunk Bert stories. That could be a whole podcast.
But
maybe we'll get Bert on the podcast one day.
I would love to get Bert on the podcast.
We got to.
I do need short-term, more colorful personalities to do what we're doing here. All right, we did enough on the what else am I missing for a best of on Long Island? Best pizza place on Long Island. Go.
I like Gino's in there's a million Ginos, but Gino's in Lynbrook.
I
on Sunrise
love that one.
Right?
Okay, I'm gonna give them.
It's just no frills. Just go in and get a slice. It's not very nice inside, but
okay.
Awesome.
Here's what I love about it. You go in, the guys behind the counter are actually speaking Italian.
And they're the nicest guys.
They're the nicest guys. The guy told me how I should, I think he's from northern Italy, but he was like, he's like, oh, your mom is from Italy. Where in Italy? And he was encouraging me to take my mom on a vacation. Like how many pizza places have pizza guys that encourage you to take your mom back to Italy instead of being like some sort of undercover bookie, or I don't know. He was nice. The pizza was solid. It's near a train station. And it was, you know what? He's not Instagram famous. He won't even know if I make this an Instagram clip, he won't even know what the fudge Instagram is. He'll be like, oh, we on the TV. And I don't even know why I'm doing a bad Italian act. Like, if Italians still had political power, I would get canceled for that impersonation. But he'd be, he's nice. He's happy to see you, give you your slice, send you on your way. The place, I'm going to argue, is actually very nice. It's just very 1990s pizza place
Yeah.
decor.
Yeah.
It's not fancy?
It's not nice. It's just not fancy.
It's clean.
It's no frills. It's a no frills pizza place.
No frills pizza place. I love it. Okay, I think, you know what? This is 20 minutes. This is enough of your best of Long Island's. We could always do another one. Folks, listen. I should do this at the beginning, but if you are new to the Tom Kelly Show experience right now, and you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. And if you get a chance, if you're new to this for some reason, I am Tom Kelly Show on Instagram, TikTok, and all of those things. I am trying to put out a TikTok or Instagram once or twice a day. I'm trying to increase my content there. I have a secret fantasy of hitting 100,000 followers by my 50th birthday. That might be a little unattainable, but then again, why not? And until next time.
Wait, let me do a little plug.
Plug it.
I got a plug this time.
What are you plugging?
My son's movie, Strangers to Strangers.
Oh, what's going on with that?
He's putting it up on YouTube. Should be up by the time this airs. Look for it, Lex Burger.
Okay, and
Strangers to Strangers.
And you know what? I'll put the link in the episode
It's
description.
a great romance movie, maybe? I don't even know what category he's put it in, but it's a very unique movie. Full-length feature. And it's great.
And he did it while he was in college, man.
Did it between his junior and senior year.
All right, yeah, he's a good guy. We like Lex. All right, folks. So until next time, show love where love can be shown. For example, going over and liking Lex's movie. Great way to show love. And until next time, what town are we in right now?
No idea.
We're wherever the Ducks play. Where did the Ducks play? Islip. Good night, Islip.